Alright, boxing fans, as y'all know, the next great fight in the middleweight division comes on December the 1st, when the current WBA champ Golovkin defends his title against PROKSA. Wszystko w porządku. Many of you already know well who Gennady Golovkin is. Originally from the former USSR. Yeah, back to the USSR. You don't know how lucky you are. And later he hails out of Kazakhstan. He's a boxer of an extraordinary talent. He had a truly stellar amateur career with about 350 fights and only 5 losses. He beat up a few of those who later become famous. And who knows, maybe they became famous only because of him beating them up. Yeah, back in 2003, Golovkin became a world champ among amateurs, where he fought and KO'd Luchan Butey. And at the Olympic Games in Athens, he dominated Andre Durrell. And at various times, he defeated Andy Lee, Matt Korobov, and was victorious twice over a Cuban fighter. Golovkin turned pro in 2006, still undefeated. He got 23 fights with 20 KOs. That is, every 9 or 9.5 of every 10 guys who dared to stare into eyes, he's sent to sleep. I must say, fighting as a professional with his extraordinary talent, unfortunately, Golovkin has a history of being a victim of a poor promotion. He has difficulties to find a decent opponent. Those so-called decent opponents avoid him like a scourge of the earth. And his promoters, hello, are so dumb that they had no clue how to promote the unique fighter. Particularly hurtful for Golovkin in person and to the entire sport of boxing, including all us, yeah, fans, was his former promoting organization's so-called Universum, based in Germany. They even had that indignity to sue Golovkin, making him to waste his precious time and energy fighting those inbred deadbeats in the court. Later there were 2 or 3 more promoters who also contributed to wasting his time. Now Gennady is 30-year-old, not young anymore. Can you imagine how many famous asses Golovkin would have kicked by now, and how much money he would have made by now if he would have decent promoters? Crap. Well, thanks God now he got a good promoter, well, how good new. So hopefully he can streamline Golovkin's career and pitch him against those who claim themselves the best. Yeah. Now, PROKSA. И где моя сливовица? Вся креп. На здоровье. Originally from Poland and now hailing from Great Britain, PROKSA began his career in 2005, amassed 28 fights with only 1 defeat and 21 victories by way of KO. So he's a good KO artist as well, and that single defeat to carry hope earlier this year he already avenged dramatically by 8-round KO. Last year he also sent into retirement a former champ, Sebastian Sylvester. I think Golovkin's promoter this time did a very good job pitching him against PROKSA. I do not want to go into the anthropometry of the boxer, comparing, comparing the weight, height, arm lengths and other stuff, because it is an expertise of those, and a favorite theme, of those boxing pundits who foaming in the mouth, oh yeah, this boxer has 2 inches reach advantage because his arms are longer. And this one has flabby ears and this and that. Yeah. But hey, Who knows? Maybe it's the guy whose arms are 2 inches shorter that actually has the advantage, right? Because his arms are shorter, so they must be faster and more powerful than those long, lanky arms, right? Look at Pacquiao. This is the example. Yeah. I mean, what a nonsense those pundits say. Only people who have a very primitive idea about what boxing actually is can talk this nonsense like that. What the difference? 2, 3 or 10 inches? It does not matter, because boxing is an art. It's the art. Period. What really matters is the fighting spirit of a boxer, his willpower for victory. It's the spirit of a duelist. And of course, what else matters is skills. Skills, 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 and one more time skills. That's what really matters. Even the power, I mean the power punching, it is also a skill, way more than sheer physical strength. There are many beefy guys out there who cannot hit hard simply because they do not know how to hit hard. Or maybe they have too much muscle. Golovkin does not look beefy or too muscular, yet he got a terrific power. Why? Because he got a great schooling from the very start of his career. PROKSA has a lot of power too. He got a good fighting spirit as well, but not as good as Golovkin's. Golovkin's fighting spirit is awesome. Out of all boxing history, I would compare him only to the spirit of late Edwin Valera. Yeah. Alright, predictions. Can PROKSA win this fight? Yeah, he can. But only in case if someone from his corner throws a banana peel into the ring under Golovkin's foot. So when Golovkin slips on a banana peel and loses his balance, then PROKSA can connect this bomb. Otherwise, no too little chance. Yeah. Golovkin. Well, PROKSA is a lefty, right? And Golovkin, having this history of beating lefties, very good. All those famous guys who we mentioned before, who Golovkin beat up so well in his amateur days, Bute, Durrell, Matt Corbo, they all were good and still are very damn good lefties. And in his professional career, Golovkin also met and beat up already 4 good lefties as well. He beat Ian Gardner in 8 rounds, Mikhail Makarov in 2 rounds, Kasimo Uma in 10 rounds, and in his previous fight, Golovkin finished off Makoto Fuchigami, another good lefty, in 3 rounds. So, with all his skills, Golovkin will beat PROKSA the way probably he never was beaten before. In fact, Golovkin probably easily can knock PROKSA out in the first round. But I believe he will finish him off within 3 to 4 rounds. Though, if I was Golovkin, I would go for a longer distance and finish PROKSA off in round 9, 10 or 11. Why? Because PROKSA has a style remarkably similar to that of Martinez. He's a good lefty, and just like Martinez, he moves very well laterally and throws punches as well very much like Martinez. So keeping in mind that the next fight for supremacy in the middleweight division will be very likely against Martinez, this fight against PROKSA will be a good dress rehearsal for Golovkin. I must say also, even though Golovkin beat up very successfully every lefty he faced, I must say that I do not like the way he fights lefties. He fought Fuchigami in his previous fight just a few months ago, and very much in the same way he fought his first famous lefty opponent, Bute, 9 years ago, which means he did not learn anything new. It is obvious that even Abel Sanchez, his current trainer, who has been with Golovkin, I believe, for the last year, unfortunately did not teach Golovkin anything new. That's not good. Golovkin fights lefties in only one way. He stands in front and trades with them. And it's rather simple way. And he wins only because he is more powerful and faster. But a lefty who is shorter than Golovkin, like Ouma or PROKSA, who have a low gravity center, and besides they tend to duck, down even more, so they can be very difficult to put away. And but I would say there are some other smarter ways to fight lefties. Hey, do not look at me like this. I know what I'm talking about. I'm a lefty myself, and I know how you need to fight me in order to beat me. Yeah, I wish Golovkin diversify his ways of fighting lefties. One thing he can do is to add by ducking the left's jab to the left and simultaneously taking a step. So he actually should do 3 motions: ducking to the left, taking a step, and throwing a punch to the liver, like this, punishing the lefty instantly. 3 motions in one single motion. And then once he took a step, so he's already behind the lefty's right hand. So he comes out and he throws another punch over his shoulder to the head and follows up with the barrage. So this is one way. He also can counter the lefty straight left by ducking his head to the left and throwing his own right behind the lefty's left. Or even he can do a side step to the right and throw his own right like a cross above the lefty's straight left, like this. So, and reposition himself behind the lefty's left shoulder. And it's another way, to sneakily, attack, to perform lateral attack on a lefty. And keep it going, to his side constantly. But Golovkin stands in front most of the times, which is not the right way. I mean, you can do it 15% out of the entire fight, but all the rest should be as much lateral as possible. Anyway, whatever these 2 warriors, Golovkin and PROKSA, will decide to bring into the fight, you can bet it's gonna be a terrific fight to watch. Ja, psia krew. Bardzo dziękuję. Давай п'ємо трохи сливовиця. На здоров'я. Добре. И дыму, и некоторое тутонию. Позволь нам удоступнять поток покою тутонию. На покой. Peace.